Hey folks, Leo here once again. Welcome back to another video. Another Batman video. And now with my Batman marathon, since we're on phase 2 of the Batman TV shows, I hope you all enjoyed my TV show collection of the New Adventures of Batman. Now in this video, I will be giving my thoughts / favorite episodes of the New Adventures of Batman. There we go. The disc and the episodes right here, just 16 episodes. And now quickly what I thought of this. I liked the New Adventures of Batman. It is very cheesy and I thought it was corny, but again it's based on the comics. That was a little thing, very corny and campy and a little cheesy at the time, you know, but again you have Adam West and Burt Ward doing the voices of Batman and Robin, and I say if you're a Batman fan, this is definitely worth picking up. You know, I gotta buy another version of it. It's torn up a little bit here, but this was good. I definitely enjoyed this. But I can easily say I like Batman the Animated Series or Batman Beyond a lot more than this, but that's just me personally. I think those are better than this, in my opinion. Some better Batman shows, probably like Beware the Batman, I would say is a bit better. Gotham, probably better than this, but that's just me. You know. And I don't mind the Batman or Batman Breaking the Bold as well. Just like I don't mind this. Like, I like it, but I just don't mind it. I don't think this is great. I don't love it, but I like it. So, for what it is, it's good. You know, plus Adam West and Burt Ward, it's always great to have them, you know. So, you know, when you have them as Batman and Robin, you know you're in for a campy time. So, but, I had fun with it. But anyway, I've written down my favorite episodes and episodes I thought were okay. So I didn't hate anything about this. I just didn't love this show or anything like that. Mainly because I didn't grow up watching it. Maybe I saw it when I was a kid, you know, but I grew up more watching like Batman the Animated Series a couple times. So maybe I'm more into that. And I saw the Batman Beyond. Maybe, I don't know if I saw the TV series, but I did see Batman Beyond Return of the Joker. So, you know, I was a kid, so I'm more nostalgia for those instead of this. But that's just me. But anyway, I'll go ahead and get to, I already got written down favorite episodes down here and okay episodes. And I got my pen. So, but, you know, favorite episodes I would say is, I forgot my other phone, I'll be right back. So sorry. Sorry about that, folks. I've been watching this show all day, so forgive me for being forgetful. But quickly, what the show is about, maybe I'll mention that real quick, is that it's about Batman and Robin, of course, fighting crime, along with help from Batgirl and the character Batmite, who help them fight crimes. They fight like the Joker, the Penguin, Moon Man, Clayface, Mr. Freeze. So, and there is no Riddler in this show. You do have him there with credits, but there is no Riddler, and there is no Alfred Pennyworth in this show either. So, no Alfred. Was I'm like, really? Yeah, no Alfred at all. But anyway, starting my favorite episodes. You have an episode called The Pest, where this episode starts with the Joker, who steals this car that's like a hydro-powered car, disguising himself as the inventor, but without his knowledge of the car's weaknesses. So he steals this car. Batmite is this character from another dimension. He's big fans of Batman and Robin, tries to help them out. He's like, Batman, can I help? And Batman and Robin are like, no, Batmite, you're just annoying. The Batman and Robin I thought he was a funny character. Maybe, yeah, a little annoying at times, but very funny. And he has a crush on Batgirl, who of course is Barbara Gordon. We have Commissioner Gordon in here, you know, in this show. And he calls Batman and Robin on the bat signal whenever, you know, villain takes place. But anyway, the Joker doesn't have Harley Quinn either in the show, because there wasn't Harley Quinn. The character didn't exist till the Batman animated anyway. But anyway, he has this hyena. I forget the name of the hyena, but the hyena has this kind of high-pitched laugh like the Joker. And Joker goes on the cover as this as this inventor. And Batman and Robin find that out because they were looking at this ring. Joker takes the mask off. Robin and Batman starts to split up. Robin decides to, along with the help of Batman, who screws it up by accident. Batman gets captured by the Joker, and so does Robin. And, Batman and the Batmobile, they have like an ejector seat which they can use to fly, and they capture Joker at the end. Not much to say about the episode, but the Pest was pretty fun. And the guy who voices the Joker, he did pretty good. And I like the animation for Joker in here. So, yeah. But it was an entertaining episode. And Batman is pretty funny. He gets a laugh out of Batman and Robin at the end. There's also, at the end of the episode, there's like a Batman message about, this show is aimed toward kids, basically. So it's telling kids right from wrong, which is okay. Nothing wrong with that. And then you have an episode called The Moon Man, where you have Bruce Wayne, who's a college friend, who's an astronaut named Scott Rogers. Pretty much you have this character named Moon Man, who robs a bank. These cops try to stop him, and he's able to, this float weighs maybe 5,000 something tons or whatever, and Moon Man is able to use his powers to get it up and move it back down. And his plan is to take back the moon, and basically he'll destroy half the planet if he does this. And you find out that this Scott Rogers, he's making they see what happened. He looks at the moon, and it's a little awkward to him. It's moving. Moon Man, Batman and Robin try to get Moon Man. Moon Man causes an accident on a roller coaster, so Batman and Robin have to use their bat pods or whatever to save people on the roller coaster. But Barbara is able to find out something about Scott Rogers. He's got these marks on his hands, and she's able to put two and two together. That she finds out that he is Moon Man. That when he was up in space, he was infected with something. So as Moon Man tries to kill off the planet, attack the moon, and almost splitting the Earth apart, Batgirl is able to talk to him to get him to stop what he's doing and get him help. And overall, it was a good episode. I liked it. Interesting. Moon Man sounded like a pretty interesting villain, in my opinion. But I liked it. Then another favorite of mine is Trouble Identity, where Bruce Wayne, Dick Grayson and Barbara Gordon going to see this inventor, seeing, it's a machine that changes, scientists use a machine that can change trash into fine fabrics, and he make money out of it. But all of a sudden, in the mansion, the lights turn off, and Catwoman steals it. Catwoman was in this show. Yeah. What Catwoman was like. But when they turn the lights off back on and see it, they see that it's Batgirl, and of course Batgirl finds out she's been set up. Catwoman tried her plan to use these fabrics to make millions of money, and Batman and Robin try to stop her. They're using the Batcopter. She uses her cat machine or whatever to try to attack them in the sky, and then this cat robot of hers is attacking Batgirl. Batgirl was able to eventually defeat it, and Batman and Robin, they made doubles, or these projectors of the Batcopter, and Catwoman falls for each of them because they're all phonies, and Batman and Robin get away from her. And before Catwoman can do any more damage, they were able to prove that it was not Batgirl that committed these crimes, that it was Catwoman. And Catwoman, the fabric goes a little crazy, machine goes crazy, trapping her and her goons, and then she ends up going to jail. So, but overall, good episode. And sometimes you either have a Bat Knight who is, since he's in love with Batgirl, he'll either get a kiss on the cheek from Batgirl, and he'll like it, or get excited. Or if we just, annoy Batman and Robin continuously, I'll help, let me help. No Bat Mike, you do just annoying Batman and Robin, which is funny most of the time. And then you have another favorite of mine is called bite-sized. An alien villain named Electro, not the Electro from Spider-Man, but the Electro in here, he shrinks Batman and Robin, kind of like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids almost. Well, before that movie. But he shrinks Batman and Robin, and then he mind controls them to go steal for him. Because Batman and Robin are set to appear in front of an audience, in front of a stage or whatever, just to be these guests, and he pretty much, shrinks Batman and Robin, is able to use his abilities to trick them. I think background Batman would help get Batman and Robin to snap out of it. Eventually they grow them back, and before, Electro before he can make an escape, Batman and Robin capture him, they side him down to a level, and you have some funny lines, but you also have, Warlord, as Robin, he's known for his holies sayings, and basically, holy deranged, and you get that here too. And you get corny jokes or whatever, pun jokes a lot, which is funny. But anyway, they shrink his car down to size and he ended up going to jail. But overall, fun episode, Another favorite of mine is reading, writing, and rowing. Pretty much the Penguin, that's what the Penguin is right here, opens up a school basically, teaching these kids to steal, teaching them how to break into a jewelry store. He's able to steal Batman and Robin's utility belts. And some of I thought was, I won't say, I'm not going, none of it was warm, but I did fall asleep most of the day while watching these, just because I was tired mostly, just because, long week at work. But all I remember is, no, it wasn't this episode, I'm sorry. But Batman and Robin, of course, are able to stop the Penguin and capture him at the end. But overall, it was a good episode. I just can't really say much. Sorry, I don't remember much. Again, it's just been a long day, so bear with me. And I didn't really go up with this series. So. And another favorite of mine is He Who Laughs Last. He who laughs last. Pretty much is where the Joker gets out of prison by fooling the cops, has his own Joker helicopter. He's able to get out of prison. Then he starts committing these crimes. Well, sets a fire, but by accident. And by setting the fire, Batman ends up having to save a dog. Has to, kind of use the bat rope to go save it, which he does, and the little kid thanks him, and they see these jokes that Joker's left all these jokes for them and stuff, all these crimes for them to solve that he's committing. He also, just the elephant in the room, he lets all these elephants go out of the zoo, and Batman and Robin had to play some circus music to control them, just to stop them from going mad. And they have him back on that night, and they're able to capture Joker eventually, and basically drop him off literally in prison in his car. Or to capture him by the end. But overall, fun episode. And then the deep freeze. Batman received his news bulletin about the capture of the Joker and the Riddler. Not Batman, but Mr. Freeze says this, and his henchman, Professor Frost, planned to serve an E-1000, a super-fast submarine, to boil the crime of the century. Mr. Freeze is, of course, freezing legs, freezing half of Gotham City, and giving Batman and Robin the cold shoulder. They have to stop him before he turns Gotham into to a giant ice palace. So basically his plan is to steal all his money, but the Professor, Mr. Freeze, he has a freeze will go, Batman and Robin chase him, but he gives Batman and Robin the cold shoulder, able to freeze them. Again, more like a 60s version of animated version of Batman. Of Batman the 60s show. You won't really get a serious Mr. Freeze until Batman animated series Heart of Ice episode. But yeah, this episode was cheesy with Mr. Freeze getting another corny villain of Mr. Freeze. But anyway, he gets captured by Batman and Robin at the end. Professor does give up, but it just stays because he's so cold. He stands by the heat, and him and Freeze argue like, "Oh, calls a punch." But Freeze says, "I'm the boss. I say what's in charge. You don't get half a million of anything. As Mr. Freeze plans to steal these millions and maybe go on an iceberg for the rest of his life, but that's not Professor Foster's plan." But anyway, they get stopped by Batman and Robin at the end. So overall, still an entertaining episode. And there are funny moments where Batman would try to, like I said, annoy Batman and Robin, or he'll cause trouble and then disappear. And then the Dead Ringers, where you have Clayface, aka Matt Hagen is his real name though. Basically goes to this circus, is everybody who's like, exactly looks like Dick Grayson, hasn't put on a Robin mask, and he looks exactly like Robin, so he decides to go over to Batman and commit these crimes. He wants to adopt Abe Oil Monster Basilone or whatever like that. So Clayface decides to get this reformed criminal. This guy is a reformed criminal, but Clayface tells his boss about his past, which again fired. He wants to get efficient, so she's like, okay. Because Clayface pretty much blackmails, tricks him into it. He's like, okay, I'll do whatever you want. So he commits these robberies with them. Batman has to go after Clayface. Clayface in here, he's a character that can also shape-shift into a person, but in here he can shape-shift into animals. Like he didn't here will shape-shift into an eagle, a giant eagle, because he goes into the Batcave. Batman, they get into a wreck or whatever. Batman ends up getting amnesia. Like Batman's like, who am I? But Clayface is able to use his ability to shapeshift into the Batmobile and get out. And before you can find out who Batman is, though, Batman is able to distract him, and he pretty much turns into a fly try to capture him. And Batman chases up to a Clayface who, turns into a dolphin and then turns into a shark. As Batman's chasing him, Robin and Batgirl go to talk to the guy, who looks like Dick Grayson, whatever his name was. The guy says to get away from him, but since Robin knows about it, him and Batgirl are able to catch him. And he apologizes for what he did. He's like, okay, I'll talk to help you. Tells them about them, and they all pretty much take down Clayface. Yeah. This is what Clayface looks like. To me, he looks like, he is Clay, of course, but he looks like, Swamp Thing a little bit in here. I think he looks better than Batman the animated series, but that's just my opinion. But it was the 70s, so I guess, maybe that's what they did best with the character. But, they captured Clayface at the end. Dead Ringers, okay. Birds of a feather, four around together. Pretty much, there's a criminal election going on, and the Joker and the Penguin are up for to be the president of the crime club or whatever. I don't know what it is. It doesn't really matter. So the Penguin's idea is to turn Batman and Robin into criminals. He has this thing called Crime Slime, which he tests on a rat and tests on some cops. Basically, it changes your personality to do bad. But by accident, it makes him in Batmite. When Batmite, of course, being his unusual, annoying self, gets involved, and him and Batmite switch bodies. It does affect Batman and Robin too, as they have better attitudes. Penguin and Batmite's body is able to get them captured, and the effect constantly does work on them a bit, but eventually they're able to, with the help of Batmite, though, he's able to switch the bodies back, and he helps capture the Penguin. Penguin tries to fly away with his umbrella, but Batman's got under his leg. And again, there's time for Batman to grab his bat rope on the bat, with him and Robin on the bat boat to get a bat rope and capture Penguin. And Penguin ends up in the Slammer, him and Joker. But overall, fun episode in my opinion. Again, Batman, I just think he's a funny, outrageous character. Oh, okay, I think that's it. Yeah. Alright, well, that's it for favorite episodes. Now we're going on to okay episodes. Alright, a little butter. Sorry if I'm very forgetful, y'all. You know, just really busy at work, so, you know. But anyway, now to my okay episode, and just a long day. Alright. The first one's okay. That is a sweet joke on Gotham City. In this episode, you have a villain called Sweet Tooth, who's pretty much maybe like 300 something pounds, but he's no great villain. He has these children. He turns Gotham's water supply into chocolate syrup. Basically does this for a $10 million ransom. I know, right? It's absurd. And it sounds bizarre, but again, some of the comments of Batman from what I heard can be a little bizarre and weird, and this is definitely very bizarre. He turns them into chocolate. He has these kids that are overweight just like him. Batman tries to capture him, but he's able to get out of prison by using like a giant gumball or whatever. Yes, just bear with me. But, and then Bruce tells Dick that he might as well go undercover as Dick Grayson, so he, puts on some false teeth and, wears like a fat pack or whatever on his stomach, and he uses a watch break and talk to Batman, but eventually he gets captured before Sweet Tooth can turn him into a giant, ice cream cone or whatever like that. Batman saves him. Tries to do the same thing to Batman and Robin, but they end up capturing him at the end. And the whole message of that thing is that, that the message for kids here is that you shouldn't be eating so much chocolate because it's really bad for your teeth. That you lose your teeth. It's basically you got to take care of your teeth. Sweet Tooth wants to take that away. So, yeah, I get the message there. But it's corny as ever, and I don't really care for this villain. I'm like, a villain who, loves candy and is overweight, and I'm like, okay. And has giant sugar, I'm like, okay, well, I'm like, wow. He's got calories everywhere, and I'm like, wow. Yeah, I wouldn't eat so much candy. I don't really feel comfortable even looking at that because that gets you sick, or not just hurt your teeth, but that can also kill you. Too much sugar, I think, would eventually kill you. Not good for your body. But anyway, it was an alright episode in my opinion. But I didn't care for the villain. It just kind of left a bad taste in my mouth. A little bit. Okay, and now another okay episode, the Bermuda Triangle, where you have a professor named Professor Bubbles and his men Flo. They capture ships in the triangle. And Batman and Robin, of course, have to basically, he pieces them together. He has this shark that can, puts them like in a bubble, and the shark puts them in a shark. He just has like this, hey boy, and calls to the shark, and Batman and Robin have to go underwater to try to find him. And then, when they get ready to defeat him, Professor Bubbles tries to escape, so Batman is able to, use like his voice in the water to tell the shark to capture Professor Bubbles, and he does. But overall, it was an alright episode in my opinion. And again, just another very memorable villain, Professor Bubbles. A little too silly for me, but that's just me. And then, the Chameleon. He's a shape-shifting villain. A shape-shifting villain. Not into people, but like in objects and stuff. He's shape-shifting too. He teams up with these crooks, like kind of like this mob, and basically decides to play these tricks on Batman and Robin. Shuts down Gotham City's large solar collector, and Batman and Robin have to stop them. But then you find out that the Chameleon is actually a robot, created by an evil doctor named Dr. Devious, who wanted revenge on Batman and Robin, so he created this robot that can shapeshift, and, so Batman and Robin ended up stopping him at the end. Overall, it was an okay episode in my opinion. Yeah. Like I said, this show was kind of a little bizarre at times, but again, it was the 70s, so, this is way before we had, and then Curtis' oil rigged. Curtis' oiled again. Like I said, this time before we had Tim Burton's Batman. Because at this time Batman was kind of seen as a joke. So, you didn't really have a serious version of Batman until 1989. So, but anyway, Curtis oil again. This is where Catwoman and Clayface team up, join forces to steal oil. The end of this TV show, newscaster named Boyd Paxter, who seeks to show up Batman, say that Batman's a phony, like, Batman, can they do anything at all? No. But, Clayface and Catwoman team up to stop. And Batman and Batgirl teams up, Batman, and they show up to help them out. Catwoman is as a ditch and betray Clayface. Clayface turns to a giant shark, but he gets captured. Catwoman, thanks to Batman helping out, and Batgirl, able to use, her Batgirl to climb onto to Catwoman's cat flying machine or whatever. Catwoman ejects, but then she gets trapped by trees, and then her and Clayface end up in jail. So, and that's the end of that episode. I don't know, not much to say about it, but at the end, there's no oil around because, Batman didn't know his Batgirl. I was saying, I smell oil. And instead it's like oil paint, but then he smells real oil. And then at the end, they find out there's oil in this giant balloon or whatever. And then Batman pushes it, and the oil lands on the face of the TV newscaster, and they just laugh at him at the end. Overall, okay episode in my opinion. Alright, I put these two-part, then these are two-part episodes. Have an Evil Day, Part 1 and Part 2. We have a villain named Zubor, a criminal for Batman's home demise. Virgo comes to Earth, and he enlists Batman's enemies that are the Joker, the Penguin, Clayface, and Catwoman to help him take down the Cape Crusaders. Basically, Joker and the Penguin argue about who should be in charge. They go to Joker's house. Joker comes up with a trick, and they try to capture Batman and Robin, so that they have them hold. Well, just to keep the movie, he stole all the American nuclear power plants. Steals, I think, like all 5 of them, and just one more he's got to take, which he grabs. And basically, he tricks the villains. He chains them up, and they're mad at his double cross. But the good news is he captures by using his magic. Like, Batman won't help them his time like he usually does because he's scared of Zubor. And the episode ends with them, Batman and Robin, Zubor using his abilities, and will paralyze Batman and Robin. And then the episode ends, so then you get into Part 2. The villains that go to Igor they follow Zubor back to Igor. his own planet to get revenge. The Penguin, Joker, Penguin, life as a Catwoman do. Batman Robin likes to Batmite to help her get out of it and go to Igor. They have to fight some of the wild creatures, but they get away. They end up meeting some of the Urgos, the planet's police, who think Batman is involved with them, but Batman tells them that he's not. Batmite tells them who they are. Robin ends up getting captured, I think. Yeah, he gets captured for, trying to follow Zabor or whatever, his robot, who he's there. Zabor betrays the robot, and Zabor's got, the villains locked up in a prison, but they would get out. But Zabor is able to escape. But at the end, they're able to, Batman and Robin are able to, defeat Zabor, and he ends up in jail on his own planet. And they recover the stolen nuclear power plants that he took. And last okay episode, this looks like a job for Batmite. Zabor is able to escape from his prison cell and returns to Earth, planning to become his ruler with the help from the dynamic duo. So what his plan is, going to Earth, he's able to, capture Robin first, and then capture Batman, get their minds, basically brainwash them into helping him, and he's able to walk into the White House and lift up the staff with his powers, and becomes ruler of the Earth. Batman and Robin start committing these crimes, so Batman might have to find Batman and Robin. They find them. Batman shows them the pictures of the Penguin, the Joker, and all the crooks they captured, and they say they meet Batgirl, and then after they're robbing these banks or whatever, their minds go back to being who they are, and they go and they defeat Zorro, and he gets captured at the end and sent back to his prison. The episode ends, there, and that's the end of the New Adventures of Batman. So, yeah. Final thoughts on that, real quick. Oh, okay. But final thoughts on the New Adventures of Batman. Again, I like this show. Didn't love it, didn't think it was great or anything, but I did enjoy it. Adam Westenberg worked great to hear the voices of Batman and Robin. I like the animation. I think the animation is fine for what it is. I like the 2D animation, especially on Batman and Robin and the Penguin and Joker. The animation was good on them. And of course, background Batman. Batman, I thought, was a very funny character. I wasn't really a fan of Catwoman. She more like, Satana to me a little. Not Satana, but I can't think of what the villain is. I don't know. She looked like a Superman villain instead of a Batman villain to me. But it didn't look like Catwoman to me. Just making those noises. I'm like, and Clayface looked alright, but again, he looked like Swamp Thing to me. And it was cool to see back on here. Sometimes she helps out, and some of the new villains I thought were okay. I did like Electro Villain and the Moon Man here. Yeah, and each episode is 25 minutes. There are funny moments here in the episodes. Funny, episodes that do make you laugh. But it is corny, cheesy. You got a lot of puns in here, pun jokes. And, which is funny. And when Robin says, holy endangerment, or holy memory lapse, it's always funny to hear Burt Ward say that. Only he can really say that the best, in my opinion. But, Adam West and Burt Ward, it's the main reason I want to have this show is because of them. Love hearing the voices for Batman and Robin. Again, rest in peace, Adam West. I miss him. I wish I could have met him in real life. I wish I could have met him. But sadly, he passed away back in 2017. But he's always missed, and he will always be the Bright Knight, and this still proves that he is. But overall, good show. My rating for it, though, but sometimes the episodes I think can get a little boring, and some of them were just a little tad boring at times, and maybe a little too much corny for me. I'm like, in the 60s show I can take it, but in this show it was like, it takes Bizarre to a whole new level, But overall, It's still a good show though. Decent for what it is. I like it. I just don't love it. I give it though 3 out of 5 stars. Yeah, I think that's a fair rating for it. I don't mind it. You know, I give 3 out of 5 stars and a thumbs up for it. I'll still give it a thumbs up. Yeah, it's not bad. But like I said, if you're a big fan of Batman, you love Adam West and Burt Ward as Batman and Robin, you love Adam West Batman, then this is a show for you. But if you're a fan of general of Batman like I am, if you're a Batman fan, then this is definitely worth adding to your collection if you're a Batman fan. So I'd recommend it. You know, it's just 16 episodes, and they're not long, but I wouldn't expect, you know, a great show. I would even say the 60 show is better than this, because you can definitely tell the point where Adam West and Burt Ward, yeah, they were getting older at this point, but they're still good, as it was the Batman and Robin in here. Next thing I want to do for them is, I do want to review a TV movie they did. I think The Return of Adam West. It was a TV movie, kind of like the history about the show, whatever. Return to the Batcave. Yeah, I definitely want to do a review of that. And I also want to do reviews for Batman Return of the Cape Crusaders and Batman vs. Two-Face, which are probably more than this, but that's just me. But the New Adventures of Batman, for what it is, I like it for what it is. It's fun for what it is. I don't mind it. But anyway, guys, let me know in the comments down below. What do you think of New Adventures of Batman? What are your favorite episodes? And, yeah. But what do you think of this in your opinion? Did you like it or did you hate it? So let me know in the comments down below. And guys, look forward to the next video because... Alright. Next, we'll be getting to a Batman animated show that, well, that I've always enjoyed. Always loved this animated series. And of course, I already did a TV show collection for this, started on my channel, which I do have posts for. I mean, not posts, but you know, I'll need to tell you that, guys, because I'll be adding that to my Batman reviews / videos playlist on my channel here, probably tonight. But anyway, probably next weekend, I will be talking about Batman the Anime Series. We'll be starting with my thoughts / favorite episodes of Batman the Anime Series, Volume 1. So this will be next. So I hope you guys look forward to me talking about Batman the Anime Series. We'll be starting with Volume 1. And I've already done a TV show collection video for this, and I have all 4 seasons. But we will be starting with Batman the Anime Series, Volume 1. Let me show you some pictures real quick. Yeah. But I definitely look forward to talking about Batman the Anime Series. Yeah. Because I grew up watching some of the episodes. So, you know. And when I was in high school, I think I got this when I was like in high school or whatever. I don't remember. But I would watch it quite a good bit. Or maybe it was after high school. I don't remember. But anyway, Batman the Anime Series Volume 1. My thoughts and favorite episodes of Batman the Anime Series Volume 1. Look forward to that next video. And guys, stay tuned for more because I'll probably be doing some... We've gotten some new trailers recently. So I'm going to give some thoughts on some new trailers. One's for John Wick Chapter 4, and the other ones will be some superhero movies. Black Adam and Shazam! Fury of Gods. I think you call it. Yeah, but anyway, look forward to those videos, guys, and look forward to my next Batman video, and that is Batman Anime Series Volume 1. So, this will be next. And let me know in the comments down in the comments below. What do you think of the New Adventures of Batman, y'all? And what are your favorite episodes? If you've seen it, what are your favorite episodes of the New Adventures of Batman? So, thanks for watching, guys. Have a good night. Thanks for watching. I look forward to me talking about Batman the Anime Series, starting with Volume 1. So, I hope you guys look forward to that. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. Have a good week. Have a good night, and have a good one, y'all. Stay safe. Stay cool down, because here in Georgia it is hot as hell right now. It's just, the heat is crazy here in Georgia. But wherever you are, just stay safe. Be good. Y'all have a good one. Thanks for watching. Bye. Bye. Thanks for watching.